What's going on, guys? This is Bobby Douglas, and this is just part 2 of the Scottie Barnes full game video breakdown. So let's get right into it. We got around, I think, 17 and a half minutes at the starting point. Remember, Barnes does come off the bench for this team, so just keep that in mind as we get a North Carolina score to start. And Barnes is going to be running the offense, as we saw a little bit of in the first half. And again, this Florida State team was just so positionless, and they're one of the more intriguing teams to watch as a whole. Just because they switch every ball screen, basically. They switch off the ball. Offensively, it doesn't really matter who does what, so it's just kind of one of those things where you're just, like, kind of impressed at the amount of just, and you can see right there, another Barnes dunk. So right here, let's break this down again. It's going to be another ball screen. Barnes is really good operating out of ball screens. Again, if you give him a little bit of space to operate and get him a little bit of downhill steam, he can really be devastating for a defense to handle. And again, he's going to get this ball screen right here. He actually rejects it, does a nice job setting up his man, and then rejecting the ball screen. And you can just see North Carolina just doesn't have any help right here, clearing the runway for a Barnes dunk. And again, he's not really a great leaper per se, but that length makes him so difficult to defend, and that makes him a great leaper. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the leap itself, it's that combined with the length that makes him just as good as anybody. So again, right there, powerful slam. Good way for Barnes to start off the second half. You can see he's got 7 points right now on 3 of 5 from the floor. Finishes with 11, which is around a season average. He averaged around like 11, 4, and 4, I want to say. 10, 4, and 4, which is pretty good for a freshman playing that limited of minutes. You can see him right there battling on the glass with Armando Bacot. And so, again, we talked about this in the first half. Just always like an Energizer bunny, always hustling. Very good positional awareness defensively. And obviously on the ball, he can be a menace as well. We got Calhoun dumping it off to Koprivica, and he can't finish it. And here comes North Carolina. Again, Barnes right here. And this is what I mean. I mentioned this in the first half, right? But Barnes understanding verticality and going straight up is so big for his development. So many young guys struggle with this. He does not bite on pump fakes. He doesn't do anything like that. Again, I think that's RJ Davis doing all these fancy dribble moves, trying to get Barnes off balance. Doesn't matter. He's just staying there. It's kind of like in Raiders of the Lost Ark when that guy is doing all the sword tricks and then Indiana Jones just shoots him or whatever, right? It's kind of like that with Barnes and this guy. And you can see Barnes going straight up. No foul is going to be called. Really, really sound positional defense right there. And that's on a guard as well. So really impressive stuff by Barnes on that play. And I think this is going to be a Caleb Love make from downtown. And you can see Carolina's going to kind of come back. They're going to have some leads in this game. It's actually a pretty good game. Comes down to the last few seconds. We got a timeout right here. I'm just going to rewind this a little bit. So yeah, Barnes is going to get the ball on top. Again, another ball screen, this time with Tenor Ngam. Can't really get anything there, and he's just going to kind of kick it back out. Again, very good pace to him about just overall, doesn't get sped up very often. The only turnovers we'll have will be in transition, or there'll be errant passes. Sometimes he'll lose handle of the ball. This will be a pretty easy dunk for Florida State. I think that's Sidar Calhoun, who is now at Texas Tech, I want to say. I actually liked him at Florida State this year. I'm kind of upset that he left. Got a charge here. And you can see North Carolina's kind of putting on the press right now. Again, here comes Scottie Barnes. Oh, nope, I thought he was going to run in transition there. And again, now he's a screener. He kind of gets polite, that open look. He just can't knock it down. And here comes Barnes again defensively. Let's see what he does here. Again, he's kind of on an island. Again, just the length just makes it so difficult for smaller opponents to see through him. You can see it right there. RJ Davis kind of just has to give it up. And again, it is funny the amount of switches Florida State pulls off. Just like you could see, like Tenor Ngam's like a 7-footer, and it's like a design switch to get him on RJ Davis, who's like a quick 6'2" type of guard, right? It's funny to watch Florida State, just their defensive philosophy and things like that. Here is Barnes. Looks like he's gonna not get the ball back. Now we'll get the ball back. Let's see what he does. Good ball reversal right there. Again, just kind of knowing his role. And again, really nice pass right there. Holy shit. So right here, you're going to see, Again, he knows exactly where to go with this ball. And this is what I mean. In the first half, he had an alley-oop pass that was errant, but he usually has pretty good touch, right? He just floats this one right over to North Carolina defense to get it to his big man. And again, really, really nice pass. Good touch on that. It's going to lead to a foul. So again, those are types of passes that Barnes will continuously make, and it leads to open shots for his teammates. So again, he sees the floor extremely well, and that's going to be a big part of his development moving forward and just his overall appeal to the NBA. And you can see him now face guarding. I think that's RJ Davis, yeah. Just face guarding him, not letting him get the ball down the floor. Just being a nuisance defensively, which I think is really encouraging. Right there, he loses track of his man a little bit. This I will partly blame on the scheme, partly blame on Barnes. Okay, so Barnes should be aware of where RJ Davis is cutting, and he's cutting to his corner. But also Florida State, if you remember last year with the Devin Vassell and Patrick Williams videos, they love to play up in the corners, so they will kind of turn their back on their man or on the ball. And kind of force their men to the corners, right? So I kind of blame this on the scheme a little bit, and I also blame this on Barnes, right? Because he knows he's supposed to be playing up, but then he also loses track of Davis. Luckily, it's a bad pass, and so nothing really is going to come of it, unless Garrison Brooks has anything to say about it. Nope, it's going to be a foul. But, again, it's kind of scheme-oriented, kind of Barnes-related. But usually Barnes is not that, even that type of mistake he won't usually make. You can see, again, North Carolina is putting the pressure on Florida State, just kind of making them work. Right here, this is like one of the more ridiculous plays you'll see. First of all, it should have been a travel, then an offensive foul, then another travel, and then he's going to somehow manage to get this ball to Scottie Barnes. Scottie Barnes, 3-on-1, really simple play. And again, watch here. I love this play too because you could exactly see, right? The second, I don't know who this is, but I think it might be Caleb Love. The second he makes a flinch towards Barnes, it's an immediate drop-off. And he avoids the charge right there. Really, really good job of just staying in control, taking what the defense gives you, and just staying composed. And Barnes does an awesome job of that. Nice drop-down pass to Koprivica for the easy lay-in. Really nice job from Barnes. New team right here, kind of battling Garrison Brooks. Maybe had an opening right there if RJ Davis could have made that pass, but they don't. And again, positionally, he knows where to go in the post, things like that. He tries to front people, and that obviously kind of works a lot just because he's so long and he can disrupt and deflect a lot of passes. So this is the replay right here. Again, crazy sequence. Wyatt Wilkes almost turns it over. Probably should have turned it over. Barnes manages to catch it, keep him balanced after landing on one foot, which is an underrated part of this thing too. And then the second he makes a move towards Barnes, nice drop-off, and avoids the charge. Really nice job by Barnes right there. And he is out for a little bit right here, I believe. Oh, no, he's got a few more. He got like one more possession in. And I believe that was a 3 by Kerwin Walton. Oh, never mind. Barnes is out right here. So I will skip ahead to 51:29, so about 2.5 minutes of YouTube time. And here we go. So here you go. Barnes back in the pick and roll, or just kind of like operating as the point guard for this team. This team really, again, had no real true point guard. And here's Barnes again. Let's see what he does here. So right here, maybe a little bit caught off guard. Again, kind of was walking a tightrope on the baseline. So he kind of had to kick it out. And that's probably going to be a foul. Yeah, you could see Day'Ron Sharp probably a video next week, I would say. I'm trying to work on my schedule for next week right now. But he's the guy I actually really like. I think he's a very good passer for his size. Kind of reminds me of Isaiah Stewart. So he'll be a fun video. And here's Scottie Barnes again, bringing the ball up the floor. And now he's on Day'Ron Sharp. You'd like to see him go at this matchup, but he doesn't. And these guys were actually high school teammates, by the way, too. Scottie Barnes was obviously a part of that crazy good Montverde team with probably 4 first-round draft picks with Cade, Moody. You see right there, Barnes gets that really good offensive rebound. And again, this is what I mean with like the game-changing length, right? So long rebound, he can go up and just jump, and he gets it super high right at the rim level, and he's able to bring it back out. But that Montverde team, Day'Ron Sharpe, Scottie Barnes, Cade Cunningham, Moses Moody, and a bunch of really good juniors right there as well. Right there, we could see Barnes kind of operating in that dunker spot, really instinctual cut. The second Sharpe goes over, Barnes is right here, filling that spot. And it's going to be a nice drop-off and easy lay-in for Barnes. And so that's pretty impressive, too, just the feel off the ball that he does have. And, again, that's what I mean, where you can play him in multiple roles offensively, and he will do well. And again, you can see him fronting Armando Bacot right there, not letting him get a post entry. And he almost blocks that Day'Ron Sharpe shot, but he just can't get his hand on it. And now we can see Raquan Gray running point for a little bit. Now it's MJ Walker. This team was kind of a point guard by committee, but it usually defaulted to Barnes when he was on the floor. And there's Gray. Can't get that one to go. And here comes Carolina again. And there's Barnes fronting again. See what happens here. So again, he's on Day'Ron Sharpe. And again, look at the contest and the verticality of Barnes right here. So he takes an initial hit from him, right? Kind of gets knocked off balance, but Barnes is able to maintain position and get a really good contest on that, and Sharpe's going to brick this shot. That's 1 through 5 defense right there, right? We've seen him on smaller defenders kind of swallow them whole, and I think we got a foul right here. And again, that's, I believe Barnes may have gotten that rebound. No, yeah, he got that rebound, and immediately it's a one-man fast break. You know what I mean? So just a really, really impressive sequence for Barnes right there. The really good contest, gets his own rebound, and then he ends up drawing the foul, where he will make both free throws, I believe. Yeah, he'll make both free throws. There's the first one. And this will be the second one right here. And again, not a huge fan of the form. Obviously a lot to work on. Very hesitant looking, very stagnant looking. But he gets that one to go down. But we saw on his lone three-point attempt in this game, it was woefully short, barely grazed the rim. So we got Barnes, another rebound, beating out Walker Kessler. Maybe got away with a carry right there. And Raquan Gray is not going to be able to finish that one, but he was able to get it to go to the line there. Got free throws right there. So we got Florida State ball right there. Again, this team was so good defensively. Just super long, super disruptive. And here we go. Here's Barnes again. Going to get a ball screen. Right there. This is probably his most impressive possession, I would say, of the game, right? This is what shows the uniqueness of Barnes, right? He's going to get this ball screen, and watch how he operates this, right? So, right here, he knows to put his man in jail, right? He's going to get R.J. Davis on his backside, right? So now he's basically attacking Walker Kessler one-on-one, right? And he knows he's going to have balls like Koprivica rolling to the basket. This is NBA point guard stuff right here, okay? So he puts his man on his back, right? Draws Kessler in, and it's a lob pass over Kessler for the easy layup. That's for the dunk, actually. That is one of the most impressive ball screen possessions we've seen so far in doing these breakdowns. Just textbook execution from Barnes, and just that's the type of thing that gets you super excited about his potential moving forward. Really, really awesome possession from Barnes offensively there. And again, he grabs another rebound using that length, and now he's off to the races. We got another turnover for Florida State. I'm telling you, this was such an annoying game for Florida State as someone who was betting on them in this one. Brutal. We got more free throws for North Carolina. We got a miss, and I believe it's Florida State ball. Should have been a travel. It's going to be a foul call. Tough break for UNC. MJ Walker was a guy I was pretty high on coming into this season as an NBA guy. Probably would have had him in my top 60. Now I'm not really sure he's going to crack my top 90. I just, he kind of just had a disappointing year in terms of from an NBA draft perspective, so that's kind of a shame, but, happens. So Barnes is not a low man. Again, kind of sticking with Kerwin Walton, who's probably the best shooter on this North Carolina team. And so, again, just we've seen him in a bunch of different roles defensively, showcasing that versatility off the ball. And now he's on Armando Bacot. And here he is guarding him. Not much going on. And again, a really good contest as well out of that DHO. And you can see him right here. He's just attacking Bacot or Kessler. Right, wants that ball screen. Can't really get an angle on that one. But I do like that he's kind of matchup seeking. Right, it shows an intelligence and it shows an understanding of the game. As we got another Florida State turnover, and look at Barnes get back, just sprinting all the way back. And he gets that rebound. Right, like if he doesn't sprint back, North Carolina has an easy putback. But because Barnes is sprinting back, like he gets that rebound, and it's an opportunity for Florida State. This is what I mean, though, where it's just like he doesn't really have the polish in certain areas, especially in transition. Right here, it's 2-on-2. He's gonna try and euro it, and it just goes off of his leg. So he needs to improve that handle and just his overall ball security in those situations. Even though he's pretty good for his size, but if he really wants to be like a point guard or like a handler in the NBA, he needs to improve on that because this is kind of inexcusable at the next level. Team right here again on RJ Davis. Pretty much face guarding him. He's good off the ball defensively as well, head on a swivel a lot. And you can see he's top blocking him almost, right? And again, another really, really good possession. So he's going to recognize this drive, right? And he immediately goes to help, and then watch how straight up he is, right? That's incredible stuff. He might have gotten a hand on that too, but just that's not normal to have that level of verticality. And then right there, another really good pass, a good look ahead, and Balsa's going to make that. Let's rewatch that pass again here. So again, verticality, A+. Here's Barnes, and immediately one dribble and off over the top of the defense. Easy layup. Just very, very good few possessions for Barnes in these last two. We got a pick and roll with Garrison Brooks and can't finish that. Bacot's there to clean up the mess. North Carolina, obviously one of the better offensive rebounding teams in the country. Probably the best, honestly. Them and Houston were both really, really good. Here's Barnes going to get the ball back. Again, another ball screen. They're targeting the UNC big men, so it's either Bacot or Kessler, whichever one's in. You can see right here, Barnes just using that length to kind of get a decent look at the rim here. Good steal by Koprivica, and he's going 3-on-1. This looks like if I pause it right here, it kind of looks like Michael Jordan, right? It's just kind of cool. Just can't get it to go. But I do like that he went with his left hand. I like that he, was able to try that and get it off a rather clean look. Just unfortunate that he didn't get the shot to fall. Got more free throws for Koprivica. Garrison Brooks is going to check out. And here comes Florida State again. North Carolina again. Barnes on the ball, going to fight through that screen, and they're just going to switch it, as they usually do. And now you can see him on Day'Ron Sharpe. And you can see that he's trying to front the post. He does that a lot. And again, that length kind of precludes any look from being shown to Day'Ron Sharpe. It's going to be a crazy deep three. That's just a ridiculous shot by Caleb Love. We got a tie ball game, 4:35 left. Barnes sending that pin down right there, and now Raekwon Gray is going to handle it out of the ball screen. He can't get much going. Sidar Calhoun's just going to bury a three. Pretty impressive shot making right there. Decent stunt from Barnes right there. They're gonna get the roll. Carolina is, but I do like the stunt and recover. And again, he's able to do that, be in two places at once because of that length. That's something I've kind of talked about a lot. It's a concept I've talked about a lot with guys like Isaiah Jackson. Just kind of being in two places at once because of that length, right? We saw it with Rudy Gobert, right? Like Rudy Gobert yesterday. If you guys watched that game, the way he was able to block that shot by Marcus Morris, like he was kind of caught in between two spots. He bites on an initial pump fake, and then he's able to get that second attempt. And so just those types of things make a huge difference in the NBA because these NBA defenders are so good that if you give them two chances, they're probably going to make a pretty good play. You may be able to get them once on a pump fake or things like that, but if you give them two opportunities to do that, it becomes a lot more difficult to get around them. We got a foul on a three-pointer here, and I believe Barnes is out for a little bit. He's going to come back in at 107.54. And then he's in for this last 2.5 minutes, and he's out for a free throw possession, and then he's guarding the inbounds on the last play of the game with 1 second left. So, again, the Leonard Hamilton rotations, again, good job. Barnes staying vertical. Day'Ron Sharpe had a really shitty shot. I mean, granted, late shot clock, not much you can do. But, they force a shot clock violation, and here's Barnes running the offense again. 2 does. Here we got a close-up of Roy Williams as well. There's MJ Walker attacking that closeout. Not much going on with Barnes. Anthony Polite, big-time three right there, though. And again, this was actually a good game. A lot of these games we've watched so far have been blowouts. This was actually a very entertaining game to watch, despite me just descending into madness for a lot of it. And there's RJ Davis. Again, here comes Barnes. Ooh, we got a foul here, looks like. No, it's going to be out of bounds off of Florida State. Dang. You can see Barnes kind of just calling out switches off the ball. And again, he's on Garrison Brooks, and right here, just look at him just swallow Garrison Brooks right there, right? So I just want to replay this because Garrison Brooks is a taller player than him, but he's not as long. So Barnes is just able to just kind of envelop him, right? And he's just, attacking him, gets a deflection on the pass. Just really, really impressive stuff. Just giving him all sorts of hell. Recognizes that Garrison Brooks isn't comfortable out there, and he's just swarming him, right? And you can see him right here, just really good possession again. Stays straight up and forces a really bad shot. This is just a really incredible possession. So he's going to switch this, and again, he's just swallowing Caleb Love, who was supposed to be a lottery pick at the beginning of this season. He's coming back to North Carolina now, but just staying in front, not biting on anything, moving his feet well, staying on the ground, forcing a really, really difficult shot. Just incredible defensive awareness and just prowess from Barnes on that possession. And here he is. We got him, again, on a smaller defender right now. Not much going on for him. Again, we got a minute left here. Florida State up by 1, so this is winning time. That's going to be such a charge. Yeah. That actually is probably a legitimate charge, unlike some of the ones we see. Actually, unlike most of the ones we see in college basketball. But, yeah, that was actually a good call. So we got Barnes, again, just a menace point of attack wise. And then Florida State gets to switch whatever they want because they're so long. And again, right here, Barnes is right there. Able to, again, look how straight up he is. And he just forces a really bad, it's a really good contest, a really bad shot. And I think we're going to see a replay of this right here. So again, right there, just look at this. This isn't a foul. RJ Davis is trying to get contact. The refs aren't buying it. Barnes is straight up. How the hell are you supposed to get a shot up over those arms, right? That's ridiculous. You can see it again right here. Straight up, all the way through. Even with the contact, they're not going to call that because he's going straight up, right? So that's what I mean, where it's like he has that understanding of verticality that's just so important for a modern NBA defender. So just really, really impressive stuff from Barnes right there. And we got 30 seconds left here. Florida State's going to win this game. just so you know. And again, another off-ball switch with Barnes and Raekwon Gray. And I think we got a foul on Barnes here. I'm not sure if I like the call, just because if you watch it again, he pushes Day'Ron Sharpe, and this is where they get him. It looks like he was already jumping, and he maybe got him in the air. Overall, I thought it was kind of a soft call, but whenever you're kind of like flailing like that, it's going to be called. So we got Day'Ron Sharpe shooting free throws. I believe he splits them, maybe? No, he missed both. Damn. So again, here's Koprivica. They're going to foul him. I believe he splits them. Final 10 seconds here. Kerwin Walton's going to launch a three. They can't get it. Rebounded right there. I think that might have been Barnes' guy. Let me just double check. No, it's not. Never mind. That's tough. Just, you know. And then we got 2.7 seconds left. He's out for 2.7 because they want their free throw unit in. So just, that tells you something, right? Like, he's not a good free throw shooter. And, 1 second left. This is the last play of the game, and you can see he's just guarding the inbounds and just using that length to disrupt, right? And again, I think he almost gets a deflection on that too. But, Florida State's going to win that game. Can't really get anything out of that. So that'll end the Scottie Barnes video. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a fun video to make. Again, one of the more unique and interesting prospects in this year's class, in my opinion. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, leave a like, comment, do whatever you want. That helps us out a lot in terms of getting visibility on this channel. So please do that if you enjoyed it. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow, I believe we got Jalen Johnson from Duke. So that should be an interesting video. Stay tuned for that. And other than that, I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy the playoffs and have a good one. Thanks.